Your breath slows. The forest is quiet. Only the crackle of leaves beneath your feet breaks the silence. Then, a fox appears. It doesn't run. It doesn't blink. It stares and then it speaks. You may pass and reclaim what was taken, but only if you can guess what I will do next. You freeze. This isn't a riddle. It's a trap. Every option leads you deeper into uncertainty. This is the fox's wager, a lesser-known mind-bending thought experiment inspired by paradoxes of logic and prediction. And it holds up a mirror to how we navigate trust, knowledge, and the illusion of control. Let's enter the maze. You stand before the fox, and you have two choices. You can say, "You will let me pass," or you can say, "You will not let me pass." Let's look at the first scenario. You guess the fox will let you go. If the fox intended to let you pass, your prediction is correct. The fox honors its word. The path clears. The game is fair. But if the fox intended to stop you, your prediction is wrong. And the fox is not bound by its own wager. So far, it all makes sense. The fox only fulfills its condition when your guess aligns with its intent. But then comes the second possibility. You say, "You will not let me pass." Now we enter the forest of contradiction. If the fox was planning to deny you, then your prediction is correct. But according to its own rule, it must let you go. But if it lets you go, then your prediction was wrong. And if it was wrong, it shouldn't have let you go. We fall into a loop, a paradox. The fox is caught between honoring a deal and defying it, between truth and contradiction, and in that tangle, you see the truth. This wasn't about a guess. It was about the nature of guessing itself. The fox's wager is a variation of what philosophers call a self-referential paradox, a statement that loops back onto itself, creating a trap in logic. It's a cousin of the liar's paradox. This statement is false. If it's true, then it must be false. But if it's false, then it must be true. The fox's wager works the same way. It forces you to make a prediction about a decision that is shaped by your prediction. It creates a feedback loop, a philosophical recursion, a logical Ouroboros. But this thought experiment isn't just mental gymnastics. It points towards something deeper, something painfully human, because we do this all the time, in relationships, in negotiations, in politics, in daily life. We try to predict the behavior of others, but our predictions influence their behavior. We base decisions on expectations, and those expectations become part of the outcome. This is what philosophers call reflexivity. The observer doesn't just watch the system, the observer changes it. Think of a partner who expects betrayal. That suspicion affects how they behave, which may in turn push the other person away. The expectation shapes the result. Or think of a market that crashes because everyone fears it will. The fear itself causes the fall. The fox's wager asks us to sit with the discomfort of not knowing, to recognize that sometimes no prediction is safe. No answer is neutral. In this forest of logic and language, even honesty can collapse under its own weight. But the paradox doesn't just challenge logic, it also challenges power. Because like the crocodile in its infamous paradox, the fox writes the rules. It defines the terms. It sets the condition that makes contradiction inevitable. And that mirrors the real world. There are systems, legal, social, political, that trap us in double binds, where every choice reinforces someone else's control, where promises are shaped in ways that make them impossible to keep. The fox doesn't just play the game, the fox is the game. So can you outwit the fox? Is there a clever answer that breaks the loop? Maybe. You could refuse to guess. Step back. Say nothing. You might argue that a paradoxical wager can't be binding, but then you're not solving the problem, you're escaping it. And maybe that's the deeper message, that some questions are unsolvable, that some traps are meant to be seen, not escaped, that the only real freedom lies not in guessing right, but in recognizing the trick before it begins. Because in a world of foxes, sometimes the wisest move is not to play their game at all. Thanks for watching Noetic Parallax. If this paradox sparks something in you, hit subscribe and step further down the rabbit hole. New videos every week that challenge how we think, what we value, and what it means to exist. Until next time, keep questioning.